NSFW. What's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? I was dared to read Dora fan fiction out loud. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home, and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him. 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. This might be the best story here. I found out a girl I had a crush on me. I'm way late, but the first day I met my wife we played a game of Truth or Dare. She asked me truth. What kind of clothes on a girl do you like? Then the next day she showed up to my house in those clothes. Was sitting outside at a college campus and was dared to yell I love you to the next person I saw. I did, and this dude yells it back and keeps walking. We go back and forth, getting louder and louder as he walks off. Best reaction ever. Sounds about right for college. Was dared to catch a frisbee in my teeth from across the yard. So walked outside and across the yard. Girl wound up. Threw the frisbee. Figured this ought to be funny when it bounces off my face. And as a total effing fluke, actually caught it in my teeth. Similar story. I was the annoying kid in 6th grade and my friends bullied me. Once some kid was talking so we started arguing. Then he threw a grape at me. I caught that in my teeth without breaking eye contact. I have never been so powerful. I wasn't even playing and someone dared a girl I liked to kiss me. That someone became a very good friend. This happened to me. Only she begged for another dare and got mad when they wouldn't give her one. Instead she kissed my cheek and said that's all you're getting. So my hair is pretty long. My friends used me as a mop to clean the wet floor. It was a fun idea. Wasn't fun at the time, but remembering it is haha. I made my friend's boyfriend make out with a 4-foot tall nutcracker. That's the best I got. Talk about a ball buster. Wasn't me, but a girl was dared to mirror what I do. So I made her hug a guy I knew liked her. Edit. For all the people saying I should have blown him, she only mirrored what I did, so I would have had to have given the air one top tier job. Epic bro move. I was playing Truth or Dare with my sister's friends and I dared one of them to do something, and after one of them says, "You could have dared someone to kiss you and you would have gotten your first kiss." That immediately set a light off in my head, and later in the night I asked if I could kiss her and I did. So I got to kiss a really pretty girl. A guy told me I was beautiful and that he was too shy to always tell me that cause he thought I was way out of his league. I found out who took my calculator. Kissed the girl that would later become my first ever girlfriend, but is now my ex. It was a good 2 years though. Broke the ice with my current fiance playing it. One of the coolest nights of my life. My friend had a game called Cosmopolitan Truth or Dare. It was a card game that had a truth or a dare question on it. We played with a set of twins once who pulled a dare that read cover your chests in whipped cream and rub them together, and they actually did it. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. In 8th grade I got my friend to dare me and my crush to kiss. We did. My friend was the best wingman lol. I once dared a friend to order me a pizza, so that was pretty good. I'm reading all these comments and damn, I got dared to go home. Saddest post I've ever read on this site. I was a late bloomer in HS. By the time I realized I may be attractive to anyone, it was over. Our senior year party for an art magnet school. We played this. A girl I had a fairly solid crush on, popular cheerleader, a good friend, was asked who she had fantasized about and I was the answer. Blew my mind. Gave me the guts to ask her out. It was a horribly awkward silly lunch date. Built my confidence a lot heading into college. A silly story. But it was a good one. Crush sat on my lap the rest of the game. My little soldier had a hard time staying focused. Good times though. I chose truth every time because I was super boring and had nothing to hide. I got made fun of that weekend. But Monday morning the nasty wannabe popular girl went around spreading everyone's secrets. And the ridiculous dares they did. Everyone except me. Boring for the win. We call this the Switzerland. I went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward, so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night and we're celebrating our first year of marriage next weekend. Might have been a weird way to seduce you, but it worked. Did a belly shot of Powerade, was designated driver, of my girlfriend. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady. Always a little sad it didn't work out. I got to watch my friend lick the floor for 10 seconds. I never got to play truth or dare, but I did play duck duck goose. It was not fun sitting there the whole time. I got to watch my middle school friend, it was winter, go down to the yard, strip to boxers and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class BTW. Got to play my very first, and only, truth or dare game when I moved to the US for college. With a bunch of people who I would characterize as moderately to severely religious. I was not. But those were the first people I had met. So I went with it. Needless to say, it was tame and clean. Worst thing someone got dared to do was walk up to a stranger and sing the national anthem. Reading all the responses here. I never imagined the game could be so interesting. I definitely missed out. I got to hug a girl. See you later, virgins. Made out with this chick I had a crush on. Turns out she had a boyfriend. He beat the shit out of me. Yikes. I played truth or dare in a pub in my hometown. It was pretty normal for me and my friends and their friends to play that there because none of us were afraid to do anything except getting naked or something like that. I got a dare to kiss a girl to my right. Decided not to do so even though she was up for that. Later that evening I saw her with her boyfriend. I am relieved that I decided to dodge a bullet there. Found out a girl had a crush on me. Unfortunately it was the girl I hate. Shari was dared to spend 10 minutes in a dark room, nearby den, with the guy of her choice. She chose me. Turned out to be a setup. Her best friend knew that Shari had a crush on me and made this happen. Anyway. It was the hottest, fastest makeout session to date for me. We were both naked above the waist and she had her hand in my zipper. At 10 minutes there was an unwelcome knock on the door. My friend dared the girl I had a crush on to kiss me. She stared at me and said I can't do it. He's too ugly, and the other girls said the same thing. I ended up being ignored for the rest of the game. Good times. Edit, I was 12 when it happened. That event was one of the reasons why I grew up with low self-esteem. I'm over it now. But talking about it made me feel better, as I never mentioned this tragedy before. Thanks. Y'all. P.s. That girl I had a crush on tried to hit on me last year, with that time worked out well on you kinda thought. Rather tame compared to some of the sh that I've seen, and may or may not be envious of, in this thread. But one time when I was like 13-14. Playing truth or dare at a sleepover. I was dared to walk into my friend's sister's room, they were 17 and 19, without knocking and just shout boobs. The only condition I set forth was that I was allowed to bolt back to his room and lock the door so they couldn't beat me up. I did it. And all I saw was the confused faces of his sisters, who had already gone to sleep, staring at my scrawny shirtless pubescent face yelling boobs at 2 AM. Disappointing and anticlimactic as F. But that's what happens when you don't have friends. Wish I got asked to play this enough to have one of these stories. It was a girl's 19th birthday party and my buddy from high school was there. Everyone was being lame and awkward, so I suggested truth or dare. The game went on for a while, but people were getting progressively more naked and horny as most of them were drinking. I was the DD for another friend at the party and the people staying were getting raunchier, so we split. The birthday girl and my high school buddy hooked up and they've been together for about 7 years now and have a daughter together.